Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn with the 5.7 liter Hemi. And as most of you guys probably know by now, Ram facelifted their 5th generation 1500 pickup last year for 2025, improving it in just about every which way, but very controversially dropping the beloved 5.7 liter Hemi in favor of very powerful 3-liter twin-turbo straight sixes, which its standard output cranking out 420 horsepower, 469 pound-feet of torque, and in the high output variant cranking out 540 horsepower, 521 pound-feet, which are monsters. The standard output capable of propelling this 5,300 pound beast to 60 in under 5 seconds, and TRX level 4.2 seconds of going with the high output. All fine and dandy, of course, but Ram fans were furious at the additions of these turbocharged 6-cylinders meant losing the option to have the 5.7 Hemi in their truck. And for 2026, Ram listened to our complaints, not only bringing back the 5.7 Hemi, but potentially introducing the 6.4 into the higher trims. And here we have the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn with the 5.7 liter Hemi, starting around 55,000 bucks with some pretty cool options and features on this specific truck. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So speaking of options and features, of course we get the night edition here with the black grille, black Ram badging, black headlight housing, and full LED headlamps for this post-facelifted 2026 Ram 1500. LED fog lights in the corner, full front parking sensing panel for our advanced safety features, no forward-facing camera or 360 that is available on the higher trims. This dark smoked gray metallic paint color is also really nice. I'll leave a link right here to show you the exact name of it. And the wheel and tire setup, since we have the night edition, we have these all black 20-inch wheels, which are new here since 2025. Still wrapped in Bridgestone Dueler HL all-season tires. Dimensions are 275, 55, R20. I like the fender flares too. We get the 1500 e-torque badge up top, similar to what you would get from the 6-cylinder Bighorn, so I'm not a huge fan of this specific badging. They do sell stickers where you can black out this e-torque and you won't really tell that it's there. And we get the symbol of protest with the V8 engine and the Ram leading the way right here in the upper right part of the fender area. That's how you know that you have the V8 here in this Ram. That and the GT Sport exhaust that we'll hear in a couple seconds. We get black Ram badging, part of the night edition. We get the large tow mirrors with LED turn signals on them, labeled Ram 2, blind spot monitoring on the glass, and our tow mirror underneath, which is heated. Unfortunately, we don't have smart access for the driver or the front passenger. We do get the black contrasted door handles, all black window trim, and black pillars. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 Ram 1500 Hemi equipped Bighorn. The gas cap, let's take a quick step and look at it, is push to open with easy fill. Ram recommends sticking to 89 octane fuel here for this 5.7 liter Hemi. The fender flare continues out rear, and so does the rear wheel liner. My 2023 Bighorn did not have either of those things. We don't have leaf springs here on the Ram 1500. Hopefully you pick up the coil springs and shocks underneath. The taillights, they're not full LED, but we do get a small LED outer ring. The brake light and turn signals do not appear to be LED, but the reverse light does. Black Bighorn badging, updated Ram badging for the tailgate 4x4 on the right side. Full rear parking sensing. Shout out Furman, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram for helping make this review possible. Trailer hitch, I'll leave a link right over here to show you what this truck can tow. And before we continue, let's drop this damp tailgate right down, which is remote button activated finally here for the post facelifted Bighorn. And a pretty basic bed area. We don't have LED box lighting, no bed liner either. We do get a tie down in each corner. We can shut this tailgate right up, and our dual exhaust tips with the black tips here for the night edition. And something cool here that we have for the reintroduced 2026 Hemis, if you go with the Hemi, it comes standard here with the GT Sport exhaust, which sounds surprisingly good. And speaking of the GT Sport exhaust, let's fire up this 5.7 liter Hemi and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 5.7 liter Hemi V8 sold by Ram, finally, for the 2026 1500 Bighorn. And it sounds pretty good here with the GT Sport exhaust, cranking out 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear or all 4 wheels. With a full and part-time 4-wheel drive system, you can expect the 0 to 60 time around 6 to 6.2 seconds, making it a very solid performer. But yeah, you can shave a second to almost 2 seconds off that 0 to 60 time with the Hurricane V8. But as you saw with that slight acceleration clip, that Hurricane V8 is not giving you that kind of instant response. Assuming both drivers care about their trucks, if we're racing even the high output version of the Hurricane with this 5.7 liter V8, unless the Hurricane is brake torquing the crap out of their engine, there is no chance this 5.7 is not taking the Hurricane, at least in a 0 to 20 race. And around town, that's mostly what you feel. The throttle response, the beginning acceleration of your truck, where this is significantly better than the Hurricane. Of course, once the boost kicks in on the Hurricane, it's going to leave this truck in the dust. But how often in our daily commute are we really dipping into the boost? But taking a step inside, let's set these lights back to auto so the truck's not yelling at me. We get soft touch materials, cloth contrast, aluminum door handle, auto one-touch windows up front, power windows out rear, and nice soft leather for the armrest. Nice storage. You'll fit a 6-inch sub, stacked 2 foot-longs on both sides with a couple more 6-inch subs in the center. We have the Alpine 9-speaker premium audio system with a subwoofer with this level 2 equipment group. The seats are just fabric. With the level 2 equipment group, I kind of wish we had some type of similar seat to the Built to Serve edition with the faux leather on the outsides and some type of microfiber in the center. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But these fabric seats are still really comfortable and surprisingly supportive. With full electric adjustability, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide with lumbar control. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop. Oof. And everything fires right to life. So since we already reviewed basically an equally spec'd Bighorn for 2026 just with the Hurricane engine, we're not gonna go into too much detail here. It's also very similar to what I have in my 2023 Bighorn, but the steering wheel does have some changes since 2025. The drive mode selector or drive modes include snow, auto, and sport mode with tow haul and off-road as well. We'll start the review off in auto, try out sport, and just see what the differences are. With the steering wheel controls, on the left side, our controls adjust between fuel economy, trip info, trailer tow, audio, messages, settings, and digital speedometer. My personal favorite would be vehicle info, and I personally, in my truck, leave it at tire pressure. The tach going to around 5,600 RPM, the speedometer going to 120, coolant temp, and fuel level. Stocks have a premium feel, adaptive cruise control, gear limit, which also turns off your cylinder deactivation, the tilt and telescoping steering column, hopefully you can pick it up on camera, interior brightness, auto headlamps, fog lights, and zone lighting, Eltron parking brake with adjustable foot pedals. The dashboard, just hard plastic, just like it was in the pre-facelift, engine start stop, drive mode or gear selector, which feels more premium than in the pre-facelift, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive auto, and 4-wheel drive low. We'll start the review off in 2-wheel drive, try out 4 auto and sport mode and just see what the differences are. Auto, engine start stop. The 12-inch touchscreen, which is the more basic screen in the trim level lineup, of course, is still the smaller screen, but there's also a larger screen now at 14.4 inches, taking up basically this entire column. But in my opinion, this is more than big enough. And since both screens are vertical, as you guys see, you cannot have the backup camera taking up the entire screen, whereas like Ford, Toyota, and their horizontal screens, you can. But it's a super high resolution backup camera with guidance lines and trajectory. You can throw it back in a park and we return right back to the previous screen. Home screen, take a look at it. We get the TomTom navigation screen and song that's currently playing, media, comfort, phone, vehicles, apps, and navigation. We'll click over to navigation, let it load up for a second. The response is just about perfect, super high resolution. After about a second, we can press this 3D button, which alternates from an over the top to a more directional view and right back to where we started. The volume dial feels premium. We have dual zone automatic front climate control with air vent adjustments right next to it. We had heated seats, heated steering wheel, but unfortunately no ventilated seats. Wouldn't be expected on a relatively base Bighorn. Well, not a base Bighorn. This is basically a fully loaded Bighorn, but the Bighorn sitting towards the base end of the trim level lineup. We had our trailer brake controller and trailer steering. I do not have that on my truck. You can turn on the parking sensors, traction control, USB A and C ports with 2 sets, aux port in the center, wireless phone charging pad, some additional storage. 115-volt, 400-watt AC outlet, and a ton of storage in their center cubby area. I'll try to close it right up. We have 2 cup holders. You'll easily fit 32-ounce bottles. Additional storage behind it with a coin slot, gushy soft leather armrest with some solid storage. Additional USB-A port, and as you guys see, just a massive amount of center console space with a divider. Hopefully you pick that up on camera. We get our equations, decimal ratios, Pythagorean theorem on the inside of the center console as well. We get technically glove boxes on the right side. They're both lit. You'll fit about 6 pairs of socks up top. The lower glove box, not the largest, but you'll still fit about 15 license plates. Should be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes, about 5, maybe 6 Harry Potter books. We get a basically frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror, 3 Garage HomeLink settings up top. The interior lights are LED. You can double click this button to drop the tailgate with a 5th opening window back here. That's pretty premium. No moonroof, unfortunately, but not the end of the world. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat at least, this 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4. With a $52,380 base price with 4-wheel drive. You can pause, take a look at all the rest of the standard features. $295 with this granite crystal metallic clear coat paint. $1,345 for the trailer tow group. And as you see with the Bighorn package 27Z, that's the 5.7 liter V8. That gives us the active noise canceling and the GT performance exhaust with a 33-gallon fuel tank as standard, and of course symbol of protest badge. But the trailer tow group for $1,345 gives us tire pressure monitoring system for the trailer brake controller, power trailer tow mirrors with manual fold away, and trailer reverse steering control. $1495 for the night edition, giving us the limited slip differential, body color front bumper, body color rear bumper with the step pads. $2875 for the level 2 equipment group, giving us the rear center armrest, body color fender flares, universal garage opener, heated seats, heated steering wheel, power front seats, power lumbar, 60/40 fold out rear, 275/55/20 Owl off-season tires, 400-watt inverter. You guys can pause, take a look. The list goes on and on. 392 rear axle ratio for $195, 5.7 liter Hemi for $2895. And as you see what that comes with, $2195 for the destination, totaling us out at $63,675 before discounts. 18 combined miles per gallon, 16 in the city, 20 on the highway. That's about it though, guys, for the window sticker, and that's about it for the front seat of this 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn. We get dual pane windows, of course, but with the tints, they don't want me to roll them down. Anyway, taking a step out back, just hard plastic up top, just like in the pre-facelift, with a leather armrest, power window, aluminum door handle, Alpine speaker. You'll fit a 6-inch sub. You'll stack 2 14-inch subs, stack 2 6-inch subs, and a 24-ounce water bottle. The second row seats, the legroom is massive. The cloth material continues. You can't fold these seats down, but you can lift the bottoms of them up. You can have the storage compartment. But right now, you access a flat floor with our Ram bins in here. You can use these as like a trash bin and dump out this plastic piece if need be, and it has a ruler on here. Not exactly sure why you would need it, but it is nice to have it available. We can drop these seat bottoms right down. The grab handle helps us get in and out. And I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall with over a foot of knee room. Headroom, I have about 3-4 inches, because Ram gives us a nice cutout next to the speakers, which are right in our face, or not in our face, in the back of our head, and a really good sounding Alpine audio system. Mat pockets behind both the front seats, air vents, 2 USB-A and C ports, cup holders, 115-volt, 400-watt AC outlet underneath, and the interior lights back here appear to be LED. The center armrest part of the level 2 equipment group, you'll fit 24-ounce water bottles, and that's about it for the back seat, with a hook for a suit and a dress, and a nice grab handle to grab onto. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn with the 5.7 liter Hemi, a pretty fully loaded Bighorn at that. It is a really nice truck, nice enough that this is basically what I daily drive since the 2023 model year. But for the 2026 model year with the facelift, I definitely prefer the looks. I definitely prefer the interior options and the wheels. I basically prefer absolutely everything about this truck. I just wasn't a huge fan of the 2025 model year, that you couldn't have it available with the Hemi. But the Hemi's back, and speaking of the Hemi, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn with the reintroduced 5.7 liter Hemi V8. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, with the standard heavy-duty suspension or the heavier duty suspension on the post-facelifted Rams, the ride quality is a huge improvement. Even without beefy all-terrain tires, the Bighorn is much smoother compared to how it was in 2024, 2023. More comparable to how the Laramie drove, even without the beefier tires. But steering feels the same as it did with the Hurricane. Throttle response feels significantly better. Engine noise also significantly better. See how the ride quality is over these huge bumps. And you feel them, but compared to my 2023 Bighorn, you don't feel them a whole lot. Also, another thing I'm noticing with the active noise cancellation, you heard the GT Sport exhaust. It sounds really good. With the active noise cancellation, you don't really hear a whole lot. I will say the sound that comes out of these GT tailpipes, I do prefer the note compared to my Flowmaster exhaust, but my Flowmaster exhaust, I do think there's a noticeable amount of more volume. Oh, maybe not. That mid-range sounds really good here. I'll turn this AC down so maybe you guys can hear a little better. And once we're situated, and on the gas. Woo! Yeah, wow. That feels quicker than mine. I'm not sure why, but that thing took off. And just two-wheel drive too, throwing it in faster than we should. Okay, I mean, this isn't the best handling, but it does what it needs to do, and it sounds very good and feels very comfortable while doing it. Brakes also feel really good. With the e-torque, we get regenerative braking, and it's easily the best braking out of any full-size truck. Even if we use this gear limit mode and disable the e-torque, it's still the best braking full-size pickup truck. We can take a step out here, partial throttle. Very smooth power delivery, very smooth shifts. With this active noise cancellation, you hear just about nothing. Lean into it about a third of the way. It gets up and goes really well, and that instant torque that you get, just not something you're getting out of the Hurricane, which I will admit is faster. And I can't believe I'm saying this because as a kid, obviously I wanted the fastest car possible. If there was something that was 0.2 of a second, 0 to 60 quicker than the other, I would go with the quicker one. But a little bit more seasoned I am, I finally understand that faster does not necessarily mean better. Just cruising along over the bumps. The improvements that they made with this Bighorn by adding that premium heavier duty suspension is tremendous. We just threw it into sport and immediately turns off our traction control, puts us into four-wheel drive auto, and we lose a couple of gears. But I want to try out sport on this back road. The steering also gets a little bit heavier. That is cool. My Bighorn that doesn't have sport mode, and regen braking feels a little bit more aggressive, but my Bighorn doesn't have sport mode. So this steering that I feel right now, I have not felt in my Bighorn. But we'll try one out off the line. Off the line, sport mode, on the gas. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Sure, it may not be as quick as the Hurricane, but it propels you instantly, and it's still very quick. Sport mode, feeling good, coming out. Oh. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. This thing is a beast. I love the 5.7 Hemi. I hope Ram puts in the 6.4 into this thing. I will definitely consider buying one if they do. Even this 5.7, what a great engine. Sure, yes, the Hurricane's faster. The standard output Hurricane will probably be faster than this truck with the 6.4. And then the high output Hurricane is essentially as fast as the Hellcat was. Does it matter? No, because the Hellcat, the power delivery was instant. You had V8 noise to go along with it. It was a cooler truck. It's not all about 0 to 60 times. Maybe to some people it is, but give us a choice. Maybe not everybody wants it. Maybe some people will gladly pay $1,000 more to have a slower vehicle because they like hearing V8 engine noises, and thank you, Ram, for doing it. We'll see how they sell. I hope they sell well. I don't necessarily agree with them charging more for it, especially considering it's less powerful. Maybe that's a push they're getting from the government, and I understand that, but if we're going to do a symbol of protest, why don't we actually protest and encourage consumers to buy it over the turbocharged powertrains? That's probably my only complaint with this truck. The fact that it costs more than the Hurricane and everyone is still technically pushing the Hurricane, which is fine. Maybe the symbol of protest isn't as much of a protest as I would hope for, but it's still a protest nevertheless. This car came out without the Hemi, and we got the Hemi back. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a V8 powered pickup truck with a nice sounding exhaust, a comfortable interior, and a base price around 60,000 bucks with a really nice amount of options and features, of course with four-wheel drive, you're looking at it. I'm a big fan of the Ram 1500 Bighorn with the Hemi. I drive a Ram 1500 Bighorn with the Hemi. It is a very nice pickup truck for the money. It would look cooler with all-terrain tires. You can add those in. You can go with the off-road group. It comes with Falcon Wild Peak tires, which will actually help the ride quality in this truck and give you, I think, heavier duty shock absorbers to go along with it. Either way, guys, this Bighorn 9th edition level 2 equipment group with a trailer tow package, awesome pickup truck. It rides so comfortably. It's so quiet on the road. And with this 5.7 Hemi, it is a beast. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to Mike and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Mike. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.